There's the pole.
There it is. Like starts a little right at target and then zips hard left.
Total was 136.
136.
So eight under.
How many under?
8.
Yeah, 8 under. Guy can play. When you were playing some golf though, like what was the typical miss for you?
Like a tuggy pull kinda mostly.
Okay.
I feel like I've been swaying a bit more and kind of stayed behind it a lot.
You're 5.6 inches away. So literally from P6 to P7, you've moved an extra almost inch and a half. You're 6 inches almost further away from where you started your actual golf. For you guys at home, you ready? It feels like he's moved his head, that's probably about 4 inches forward. And in reality, we measured it, it's actually 2 inches backwards. So 4 to 6 inches forward to feel an improvement of 4 inches in the proper direction. All right, so today we've got one of my former students, Ben here, Division I college golfer, great player. Ben, how many events have you won so far as a Division I college golfer?
I got 3.
3. To let you know how difficult that is, that's insane. There's college golfers that will never even sniff playing in an event. Ben's won 3 of them. Ben, what was the lowest round you shot for a tournament?
2 day or just 1 day?
I don't know, the total tournament.
Total was 136.
136.
So 8 under.
How many under?
8.
Yeah, 8 under. Guy can play. Today he's coming in for a little bit of a tune-up. I already kind of know what Ben does. We're going to check on it and see what he's doing in his swing, if he's reverting back some old bad habits. But Ben, grab a, 7-iron. Let's hit a couple shots and see what you're up to and see if it's the same thing from before. And then kind of, we'll explain to the audience like what we're going to do to get you out of some of the bad habits that sometimes like to creep back in. All right, go ahead and rip a couple shots out there for me.
All right.
All right, not bad.
I'll take it.
I mean, if you can shoot 8 under doing that, you're doing okay.
Yeah, for real.
Let's hit like 2 or 3 more. So, I mean, this is a 7-iron. That one you cranked out there. It was about 190 yards. We'll probably 10 of roll or 15 of roll you see there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me like 2 more.
All right.
So we kind of mentioned you had a really good fall semester. Explain to me like, you played really good golf. Why did you play good golf? And, what were the things you may have struggled with during the semester swing-wise?
I think I did really good mentally, I feel like. I definitely was able to just kind of not let bad shots on the course affect me too much. Because, even at our level, bad shots happen. So
yeah, for everyone.
So, yeah, right. Anybody, bad shots happen. So to be able to kind of just like take it one shot at a time definitely helped out a lot and definitely gave me the confidence I had, and also a lot of practice in between. I'm lucky I live in LA over the summer and stuff like that. Nice weather.
That place doesn't suck.
No, it doesn't.
When you were playing some golf though, like what was the typical miss for you, and what did it resemble on the golf course? What did it create for you, and how did it affect your days where you didn't shoot 5-6 under, right?
Yeah. Basically, I guess my misses would be like a tuggy pull kinda mostly.
Okay.
I feel like I've been swaying a bit more and kind of stayed behind it a lot, but it's either that or I thinned it a lot. Even then, I'm still like it's gonna be around the green-ish.
Yeah.
It's not gonna kill me.
So did you feel like when you were like striking it poorly, like the shots were thin, but even the good ones, they were like very little divot, not a ton of angle.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Like very little divots.
Tell me a little bit about when you're hitting driver. Do you ever drop kick them? Do you hit them high in the face, or do you because maybe you're swinging so up on it? Do you feel like you're hitting it low in the face, just getting away with shots?
Super low in the face. Yeah, I like the ones I catch good. They're going miles, but the ones I kind of stay back on and hit it low in the face, it's super spinny, goes high in the air. It'll carry 280 and total 275. So it's a tricky situation.
And with the driver, would you say because I'm gonna assume hanging back, path gets big.
Yep.
Bigger block or more of a pull draw?
More of a block because I think I come a little bit more
back,
a little bit more inside. Yeah.
Nobody wants to hit it dead left, right?
Yeah.
All right, give me one more of these.
Okay.
We've already taken a couple videos of Ben's swing. We're going to take a look and see what he does. We're going to look at it in 3D, measure it up, and just kind of see what can we do with him to kind of correct some of these miscues, even though he's still playing really good golf.
All right. I'm sure I don't thin this one. There's the pole.
There it is. Starts a little right at target and then zips hard left. Not a bad shot, right? But
no, it'll find the green, but it'll probably be a little bit further past the hole, and might have a tricky, maybe long of the green. Like that went 195. My typical 7 goes 180. So
Here we go. So Ben, we took a couple videos of your swing, and one of your tendencies is that you tend to like move a little laterally, and then your head tends to go down and back throughout your downswing. So we took this video on Sportsbox, and what we're going to get is some numbers here that show you like where you're going, how you're turning. So at the top of your backswing, and actually even before we get there, we're going to show you like P2, so like where the club's parallel to the ground. So one of the things you do is you move ever so slightly leftward, or excuse me, to the right. You move like your pelvis, your upper body. Yeah, you move back. Your head moves back. You do a decent amount of turning, quite a bit of it, in fact, and a lot of it with your lower half. And as you get up to the top, what you notice is from P2 to P4, which would be the top of your backswing, your hips haven't done a whole lot, right? So like the only way you made that backswing was by continuing to move like laterally and moving into your trail side. You're actually staying in flexion quite a bit, which means you're not actually extending your spine, which is forcing your head to move lower. And it's also forcing your head to move away from the golf ball. So when we look at these numbers, at the top of your backswing, you're 2.4 inches away from where you started at the top of your backswing, right? So where it gets a little bit more squirrely is as you start that downswing, you can see a couple of these blue lines here, like the teal blue line is your head. That's gonna be the most important one for you. And then you're also gonna see some shoulder numbers. So ready? So as you keep coming down, what you're noticing is that teal line, it's harder to see at least in 2D when you've got just a video of yourself.
Yeah.
But on the right-hand side, you've got that teal line, and you're noticing
so far back.
Yeah, your head is moving back, further back. So as you keep coming down, you know, it isn't even at impact. You're now 4.7 inches further away from where you started at address.
I haven't reached the ball yet.
And then at impact, you're 5.6 inches away. So literally from P6 to P7, you've moved an extra almost inch and a half. You're 6 inches almost further away from where you started your actual golf swing. So what you're going to see is you're going to see your shoulders tilting more, which is going to lead to a low point further behind the golf ball, which is why your angle of attack was too low. You're going to see like your hands and arms start to do a little extra flipping through the golf ball. You're going to have a problem with blocks because you're tilting backwards. The handle's going to raise up. You're going to leave the face open. So the plan has to be, how do we get you to get that blue line further forward? Can we get it all the way there today? Maybe, but like, how do we get it further forward to eliminate some of that like tilt and some of that side bend so the path can come down and so that you can just strike the ball better with a little more angle of attack? Make sense?
Yep.
All right, let's figure out how to do that.
Okay.
All right, Ben, so what we're gonna do to get you to feel yourself not translate so far off the golf ball and tilt backwards is, instead of actually the golf club, I'm gonna steal out, throw it on the ground. I'm gonna get you to do something that's gonna make you feel like you're no longer in forward flexion on the backswing. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating this, right? So you're not doing this, but you're doing some variation of that. I'm gonna get you to feel, as if I took this yellow stick, right? I'm gonna get you to feel like if this is underneath my left eyeball, I want you to feel like you're going to extend and you're gonna get everything over the yellow stick. Not just your eyeball, but like it's gonna feel like your shoulders, your chest, your hips are on top of that yellow stick. And that's gonna feel more forward than it needs to be, but it sure as heck is better than rolling that stick backwards, putting it under my right ear, and then moving further past it, right?
Yeah.
So let's just start with that. Go ahead and just set up. Pretend you have a golf club in your hand.
Yeah.
And I want you to feel, yeah, exactly. Get that thing under your like left eye.
Okay.
Yep. And here's my hand right here. Ready? Can you go ahead and make that backswing for me? There you go. And so what you're going to find is because you're now doing it differently, your upper center's like more forward. You're going to get some like concaveness to your like spine, right? It's going to
feel taller.
You're going to feel taller, right? It's going to feel like you're extending. Your back's kind of like bending backwards like this. Backwards bend. You're going to feel some of that. Are you going to do this when you actually hit it? So like, let me get in camera.
Yeah.
Are you going to do this?
Probably not.
Most likely not, right? Like
I hope not.
You're a really good golfer. So you're going from here, feeling this, it should put you back in the spot you should be. Another way to feel that, I would say, is if I drag you over here, there's like a bar here. So can you go ahead and just do the same thing? Put your left ear on that. Let me get out of the camera's way. And see if you can just extend as much as you can. Feel tall, extend, feel that stretch in like your lower and upper back. There you go. That's all we're trying to get to today. Okay, so do that one more time.
All right, so just keep it on
Yep, keep it on there.
Okay.
Beautiful, perfect. Now, like at some point, you're probably gonna wanna make a downswing, so set up one more time there.
Okay.
Make that same backswing.
Yep.
Okay, from right here, instead of moving away from the pole, can you keep, and almost feel like you're gonna press the pole further forward as you transition down into your downswing, ready?
All right.
There you go, that's it. If we can get you to there today and just move some of those numbers around, you're gonna hit the ball better, angle of attack will be a little more down, and you're gonna be even better than you were in the fall, which is actually ridiculous to think about because how many events did you win this fall?
2.
2. 2 events in one semester is kind of unheard of. I know no one's done it at the school you're at, so.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Do me a favor, set up to this golf ball for me.
Okay.
Let's get this yellow stick in the right spot. There we go, perfect. Let's get the foresight in the right spot, there you go. All right, so on these first couple, what I want you to do, I want you to feel like you're just gonna hit a couple punch shots for me.
Okay.
Smaller backswings in terms of like arm swing. I don't need this like enormous arm swing back. I want you to do all the feels with your body. Feel like you're tall, feel like you're extended, and then just go ahead and punch that golf ball out there.
Okay.
We're trying to get the angle of attack a little bit lower, trying to pinch it a little bit, and trying to get you to translate backwards less.
Okay.
Good, I like that. That's good.
Just bunt it?
Yep, but just bunt it out there.
Okay, got it.
Your bunt is probably much further than the average person's real swing. So go ahead and just bunt it out there.
Okay. Gotta make sure my head's on top.
Good. How'd that feel?
Pretty good.
I mean, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but like you could see the ball started slightly right at target line, came back in, almost is on the target line. That's just a solid 190 yards. Again, similar distance, different ball flight, right? Do it again for me.
Yeah. A little whippy on the way through, but yeah.
Path is still a little bit up there, but like here's the kicker for a guy like you is, I don't know if this camera's gonna pick it up, but the angle of attack here was -4.
Okay.
Ben walked in and his angle of attack was almost neutral, right? With like a 7-iron, 6-iron. We need that angle of attack to be about 3-4 down with the 7-iron. Like that's pretty much tour average.
That's ideal, basically.
That's tour average, I think. If you're hitting a 7-iron, tour average for a 7-iron.
Yeah, 7-iron.
Gotta have some angle of attack. It's gonna tell me that you're not leaning back so much. You're not coming into the golf ball super shallow. Go ahead and do a couple more.
Okay.
Feel free to get on top of it as much as you can. It's gonna feel like you're hitting knockdown shots.
Yeah.
But you're still gonna have, I mean, the flight is so high, it went outside the screen. So go ahead, give it a whack for me.
Yeah, it's a little
No, you're good.
still pretty high. Okay, let's keep that head still. I felt really good.
Oh, that was absolutely mushed.
That felt really good.
Look at this thing. This thing's carrying past what the last one was.
That probably wasn't a bunt then, was it?
What's great about this is like, even if the path is like a little bit bigger, or maybe it's up near 3 or 4, whatever it might be, the ball's not curving past the intended target, right? Like that's one of the paramount things you need to be able to do. If you're on the golf course and the pin is, I don't know, say it's, back left.
Yeah.
Say you're playing a straight draw or a push draw, it's great if it's back left and you aim a little bit right, comes back into the pin. But if you hit a pull draw, you're in the worst spot possible to get up and down from.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to know how much it's going to curve. So go ahead and do one more for me.
Yeah.
Angle of attack, downward again, -2.5.
Okay.
Excellent. Give me one more.
All right.
And then we're going to take a look at what these swings look like, again, on Sportsbox, and see if they match up with our expectation of what the change should be.
Got it. All right.
Look at this guy.
That felt good.
That is pretty darn good right there. Didn't overdraw. That's what I like to see. All right, let's take a look at what it looks like on Sportsbox. All right, so Ben, we recorded both the swings, the old swings on the left, new swings on the right. So we worked a little bit on keeping the head more stable on the backswing, and then on the downswing, keeping it there. Is it still going to move back a little bit today? Probably, right? Like that's part of your DNA. You've done that for a really long time. It'd be great to eliminate some of that. But let's just see what you did. So let's see, as you took it all the way up to the top, here's the numbers, right? Like the proof is in actually measuring stuff and seeing if it works, right? So for you, the side bend is still about the same. So the amount of tilt you had, pelvis side bend about the same. But here's where it starts to get different, right? So your head sway, what I can do is I can actually overlap this. And we can actually see the difference between your old swing and new swing. Now, the purple one is the new swing. If I was smart enough, I'd know how to zoom this in, but I guess that's not my thing. So we see the numbers here, 2.4 back versus 1.3 back, right? That's a full inch more on top of the golf ball. You can see the two teal lines. One is further forward. One is also significantly higher. Like you're actually physically taller in the backswing than you were before, and you actually have more physical backswing in general. You've actually got, let's see, 97 degrees of turn as opposed to 81, right? And it's not like we did it at the expense of an insane amount of like pelvis turn or hip turn, right? We did it by doing the proper things and keeping your head more centered and extending your spine a little bit differently to kind of recenter you in the right spot. Here's the cool part, right? So as we come down, mid downswing, right? So where the club is back to parallel to the ground, look how far back the gray like model of your swing is. It's further down, it's further back, and your shoulders are actually tilting even more upwards, right? So we can see that stuff by, it says like chest side bend. You've got a green number there. Green should mean good, red means bad, right? So green means good. It just means you're tilting back less. You are significantly more on top of the golf ball, and you're 2.7 inches further forward than what you had been, right? Now, it would be great at impact if you didn't translate just a tiny bit back, right? So like where the club is parallel, 4.7 versus 2, you moved 0.8 inches back, right?
Yeah, but also on the way back with the head sway, you go back to that one. It's like that between that one and that one, I go a whole 9 inches back, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, so you've moved and 6 inches backwards in the span of a backswing and downswing.
Yeah.
Where now you're only moving from address, which would be zeroed out, to 1.3 inches and 2.8 inches, right? Like you're moving in very small increments. You're moving, we're talking in terms of half feet before. And I think what's the cool thing is you can see it from numerous angles here, right? So like if we came from like the behind view, right? You are physically more forward. The purple view of you is physically more forward.
Yeah.
And then if we look at it from say like the above view, right? Like you're a full head, maybe a half head further forward than where you were.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that's going to lead the angle of attack to be a little more down, better ball striking. You're not going to have to flip as much through impact. So your job is, we don't get a chance to see each other a ton because you'll be in season soon, but like your job is you're going to practice this a ton.
Yep.
And then we're going to send some videos back and forth and make sure things are kind of progressing the correct way. And when we take these lessons, we're just going to keep measuring it. And ideally, is there a perfect number? I don't know, maybe for you, it's just getting it closer to like -1, -0, right? Like we're just trending in the right direction. So we're wrapping things up here. I think it's gonna be really cool for everyone to be able to see what we do with a high level player, how we're looking at very minute changes, but in reality, they're big changes for you. The feet, we're moving you around 3, 4, 5 inches, but like, how did the feels feel? Are they easy enough to feel for you? Are you gonna be able to replicate that? Like, tell me about that.
Yeah, I think the saying "feel versus real" is kind of the definition of this, kind of, because it's like it might be inches, but in where our swing's at right now, where most of the swings I'm playing against, inches matter.
Yeah.
It's a game of inches at the end of the day.
Yep.
So I think just if I feeling more on top of it, definitely lets me be more confident that I'm not gonna try and fix what I've done wrong back here.
Yep.
Which is nice. And I don't really know. It feels
awesome.
it feels better. It does feel a lot better.
So I think for the viewer, this is gonna be the cool part. So show me right now, set up this golf ball, but just show me if you were to have to feel it in a real swing. You're under the gun, you're like, okay, I gotta feel this. Show me the exaggerated feel for you to be able to hit that shot the way you want to hit it. How far past what you think it needs to be? Like, go ahead and just exaggerate the most so you can feel this.
Okay.
I want people to understand, like, this is an elite level, like Division I college golfer, and this is how much he has to feel his head not moving back. Ready? Here it is.
Okay.
Big moment for you, Ben.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess to just make sure I.
You don't have to hit this one. Just show me the feel.
Okay. So. Just like that.
Does it feel like you're 6 inches in front of the ball?
it feels like my head's like here.
Yeah. So to give you an idea, for you guys at home, you ready? It feels like he's moved his head. That's probably about 4 inches forward. And in reality, we measured it. It's actually 2 inches backwards. So 4 to 6 inches forward to feel an improvement of 4 inches in the proper direction.
Yeah.
That's how much you all need to feel the changes that you're making. I'm going to say Ben's going to do this way more than the average person. He's going to work on it. He's going to grind through it. He's going to keep doing what he's supposed to. It's hard sometimes for like a 15, 20 handicapper to trust that I need to feel like I've moved my head that far forward just in reality to make it look like this. That's, I think, the disconnect a lot of us have.
Yeah.
You obviously have been through that for years and years and years. Go ahead and let's see if you can rip one out there. No pressure on you or anything.
No, none whatsoever.
Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, keep my head on top. Exaggerated a bit. It's pretty good, that.
That was decent, right?
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's on top of the previous golf ball, but it's not overdrawing. Let's give you the true test here. I put you on the golf course. We're gonna simulate like real golf here. We got 166 to the flag. It's uphill 21 feet. Pin is like middle left. This is the perfect shot for you. Execute it exactly the same way. And I would tell you, hit it like we just did, like the punch shot, like kind of take that feel and apply it to this shot here. Let's see what we do.
All right. Just feel versus real at this point.
Oh, that was so good. A tiny bit of extra push. That thing was absolutely nuked.
Oh, I sure that.
That was pure as pure. That was like 173 on the fly. Very safe shot, dead center of the green. That's a tough pin location. Hey, I think you got a lot better today. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right.